Applique is a technique for adding decorative fabric designs to garments. This is a technique I use to applique leotards and other items made from lycra and spandex stretch fabrics. To applique using this method you will need the garment to be appliqued, stretch fabric from which to cut your applique design, ensure it has a similar amount of stretch to your garment, your applique template, tailor's chalk or a washable felt tip pen, a child's washable glue stick designed to wash out of clothing, and sewing scissors. Lay out the item to be appliqued. I am adding applique to the front of a crop top. It is generally easier to applique your garment prior to sewing it together. Lay out your applique design on the garment and make any desired adjustments. It can be helpful to mark the face-up side of the applique with a pen. This will help to make sure you trace the correct side of the applique onto your fabric. Trace your applique design onto the wrong side of your fabric. You will need to place your applique pattern upside down on your fabric. You will be tracing around the side you did not mark with your pen. I use a child's washable felt tip pen to trace around the shapes, but you can use tailor's chalk or a washable fabric marking pen if you prefer. Always test your marker on a scrap of fabric to ensure it washes out. Cut out your applique shapes. Lay out the design on your fabric. Once you are happy with the placement of your design, use a child's washable glue stick to apply glue to the wrong side of the applique. Glue your fabric pieces in position on your garment. Allow the glue to dry before moving on to the next step. The glue stick I used is not designed for fabric, but is designed to wash out of clothing. This means the first time you wash your garment, the glue will wash out. Make sure to test your glue on a scrap of fabric before you begin. Set your sewing machine to a medium length and medium width zigzag stitch. Sew around the outside edges of your design. I'm using a contrast thread so you can see what I am doing. Usually you would match your thread colour to the colour of the applique. As you sew, you may need to lift the presser foot to turn the fabric around corners or curves. Ensure both the top and lower layers of fabric stretch an equal amount when sewing or your fabric will pucker. You may need to experiment to get the best stitch length and width for your fabric. If the stitches are too close together, they may stretch the fabric out of shape. The applique is now complete. This is the wrong side of the garment showing the applique stitches.